We're heading to Newbury for the in loving memory of Luke Howliston handicap hurdles. 3 miles and 52 yards the trip. Knowlesy Road 15 to 8. 100 to 30 and being back. Luke de Mold. Zanza, Grade 2 winner over fences here at the trials meeting back in February. 11 to 2 back over hurdles. Kilbeg King 13 to 2. Scandyberg 12 to 1. Miss Fairfax 10s out to 14. 16 to 1 Phantom Getaway. Brinkley now 18 to 1 with Hurricane Harvey and Phantom Getaway. On the blind side, the old boy 50 to 1 with 4 non-runners. That leaves 10 going to post. Knowlesy Road 15 to 8 then, Jess.
Yeah, there is a bit of a delay here at Newbury. Horses are still in the paddock and aren't actually jocked up, and there aren't actually many jockeys out either. So I think that this must have something to do with the delay has something to do with Jamie Moore, who, what I've heard from Keith Otterson, clerk of the course, walked into an ambulance car and they're trying to arrange a transfer for him, imagine, to hospital, but breathing conscious. But that was a really nasty fall that he sustained in our last race. That's all the information we know, and you'd imagine that's what's brought about this delay, as we don't have any jockeys in the paddock either. So just hoping that everything is all okay. I can actually see Josh Moore here as well, so I'd imagine that it's just logistics trying to move him from the track anyway. But as I said, we'll try and give everyone updates as best as we can. As we can see here, we've got Nosy Road still wandering around the paddock. He's been looking really well in himself and taking in the preliminaries, which have just been delayed a little bit, all in his stride. Martin Dixon's just gone to check in with Keith Otterson.
Yeah, just a minor delay just to get all the medical resources back in position after the incident in the last race. So, I would think that the jockeys will be out imminently.
Yes. Okay. Well, we've, as I mentioned, there's Nosy Road, who's looking bright and well and sparking himself. And on Racing TV Extra, we were talking about him, and I mentioned that Paul Nicholls, who I bumped into, said that this was his best chance of the day, and he's bound to be a short price based on what he's done so far in graded company.
Yeah, he's been promising and progressive. At the price that he is, I'd be against him. Not to say that he won't go and win. I can see all of the positives, but I just wonder about whether he'll be a thorough stayer under these conditions. He might relish the trip, I don't know, but he's not a horse to me that has always looked like an absolute grinder necessarily. I was impressed with him when he won his bumper at Chepstow, for instance, and he opened up a long way from home that day and travelled well through it. So, you know, he's stepping up in distance. He's kind of got to, I would say he's got to improve a little bit more to defy 134, to be honest. I'm sure in time he will be better than his rating. I would expect him to be, particularly when he goes over fences. But as far as today is concerned, at the price that he is, I would be happy to look elsewhere. I think Luke de Mold has got a lot in his favour. He's the one horse in the race that really comes here thriving and on a roll. And he's proven under these conditions, soft ground hurdling, not a bother for him over staying distances. Zanza is obviously well in over hurdles, but whether the ground's right for him, I'm not sure. And then there are plenty of them, Scandyberg, Brinkley, if on the blind side at 50 to 1, if they were to rediscover something like anything like their best form, then they would be very dangerous. But they are big question marks as to whether they will necessarily produce their form here this afternoon. Miss Fairfax has attracted a little bit of money at bigger prices, I think. She's around 11 to 1
She looked really
now.
well in herself. She is coming back here off a long break. I know that she just had a few niggles, really. That's what's kept her off the track. But she looked very well in her skin. She's got some good form from last year. And there she is with her two handlers. And she's just a bit of an unknown quantity in this mix.
Yeah, bottom weight, definitely stays, will handle the ground. Conditions are absolutely prime for her. She's, you know,